Yo, ni hao mas everyone. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to this thing. This is a brand new car in the game. You can get with the festival playlist. It's called the Nio EP9. And it's a 2016 model. Now, you guys may be wondering, what in the f is this car? What is this thing? So basically, they decided to add a bunch of Chinese cars in the game. And this is what we have here. Honestly, when they said that they were announcing Chinese cars, I honestly thought of something completely different. First of all, I was thinking about Bing Qiling.
Bing Qiling, 我很喜欢冰淇淋.
No, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop before I say something stupid. So this is a very interesting car that they've added into the game. As you can see at the top left, it's an S2998. So it's just on the verge of being an X-Class car. This is without me doing anything to it. And believe it or not, it's actually really good. It's actually really, really good. And I ended up using it because you have to use it for this festival playlist for the monthly rivals. And it's there. And it's actually pretty good. It's really good. Completely stock. So I'm going to show you guys pretty much what this thing is like. I'll do a lap with it, actually. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a lap with it on the Rivals event, just so you guys can see. I didn't even actually try to do any top 1000s or anything like that on it. I just decided to do the event and just leave it. Just literally just to get myself, you know, that extra bit of points. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting car to drive. It's not incredibly quick, but the handling that this thing can actually do is really, really good. Speaking of electric cars, by the way, actually, wait, before we get into that whole spiel, which I'll talk about while I'm racing, I have made a Discord. A lot of people wanted me to make a Discord, so I've made a Discord so you guys can join it. There's a link down below in the description where you can just click it and you'll just get pretty much, it's an invite link to the Discord. So just click the link down in the description box below, you can join it. You'll automatically be made a step bro in there. So also keep in mind that the thing is still a work in progress, so I'm still there waiting to add a bunch of other things, channels, voice channels, stuff like that. I'm gonna wait about a week. I just want to see how many people actually join it, just to see how many channels I have to make and all that sort of stuff, and you know, separate everything. But for now, that is the Discord in the description. Join it, talk to everybody else, you know, like-minded people from my community, people from just a regular Forza community, and just hang out. Obviously, read some of the rules there. Just don't be, you know, a dick. That's pretty much it. Just don't be a dick to people, and you'll be fine. You know, just be a normal person, and you'll be fine with that. So yeah, join it if you want to take part. So let's show you guys this car. Obviously, it's very quiet. It is fully electric. And what I was gonna say earlier is that it's very interesting that this is electric because over the past 24 hours, I have been driving an electric car. Well, I haven't really been driving it. I sort of just drove it back home. And then I drove it back to the dealership. So I was driving around in a BMW i3S. If you guys don't know what that is, it was practically a new car. And the reason why I drove that is because I had to leave my BMW M4 at the dealer because, I don't know if you know. Okay, a lot of people don't follow me on like Instagram and stuff like that. Just go follow me on Instagram. You'll see what car I have. It's a BMW M4. It's a sick car. I love it so much. But it is the pre-facelift model, and what I wanted to do is obviously change the taillights on it, so you have the post-facelift taillights, and not even just the regular ones, but I also got the black line ones. So it makes the car look much nicer. It makes the car look newer and everything. It just makes it look better. But the outer right taillight was leaking, or sorry, not leaking, but it was like technically it was leaking. It was letting in condensation pretty much, and what I wanted to do is obviously, you know, go and have a fix since I bought, you know, official BMW parts for that car. So the taillights were officially from BMW. I have a warranty on them. So I just went and I brought it back in. And, you know, I told them, like, hey, can you replace this? And they're like, yeah, sure. So there was a bit of an issue with them getting the wrong taillight and then getting a taillight that was correct, except it was damaged in transit. So I had to wait for a while. So what they did is they're like, leave the car with us. You know, we'll wash it for you, we'll clean it, do all that sort of stuff. And then we'll just give you like a courtesy car until like, you know, tomorrow, which is pretty much what happened. So over the past, I guess, 24 hours, I was in the ownership of an electric car, and this is the very first time I've ever driven an electric car. It's the very, very first time I've ever it's not the first time I've ever been in one, because I've been in Teslas before. Well, a Tesla, but it is definitely the first time I've driven one. And this thing has about 180 horsepower, something like that. So it's not like particularly fast, but it's very weird and interesting that this obviously has all of the torque all at once. I'm also losing concentration driving this thing. You can see how good it actually is at taking corners. Like, it's sick. And this is like without any sort of aero, by the way, interference, or not interference, but like add-ons or anything like that. So I think this with the Forza aero, if you can put them on, which you probably can, but if you can put Forza aero on this thing, I know it'll bring it up into X class, but this could possibly handle insanely well. And I think it could be quite a decent car to take out racing. The thing is, with acceleration on this thing, it's a little slow. You can see it accelerating, and it's a bit slow. Top speed obviously isn't the best either, but handling is what takes it back. It's like, well, I just never expected this thing to be this good at handling. And as long as you take the corners just right, it just shoots out of corners. It's great. Now, back to the i3. Yeah, it's just not for me. It's not for me. It's probably because it's an i3. You know, Tesla feels like a more, you know, more of like a car than anything else. This i3 literally felt like a van. Like I was like sitting in a van. The seat was just not supportive at all. There was like a zero support, like side to side support. It was none. So when you'd like go around a corner or a roundabout or anything, it was just, you know, like you just feel like you'd fall out of the seat. It just feels really, really like open inside as well. I don't know. It just feels really weird. But there's a 51. Again, it's a good car, this. It's a very good car. Let's go do stuff to it, alright? Let's go actually modify this thing and see what I can actually do to this car. Regardless, like I said, back to the i3. I know I get distracted very easily, but I still have to talk about the car again, because that's literally what the whole video is about. But yeah, the i3 just, again, it just feels like a van. I sit really, really high in it. There's no support from side to side. I guess I see the appeal as a city car. You know, there's a lot of space inside. It's pretty small car. But yeah, I don't really see. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. That is pretty much what I want to say. It's just not for me, and I don't think I'll be changing to electric anytime soon, or probably. Well, I wouldn't say never, because you know where the future's taking us. I could change to electric, but as of right now, I have absolutely zero interest in an electric car. Even if it's like a sporty electric car. I know the acceleration is very weirdly addicting, because like I said, the torque is like instant, and that's kind of fun. But other than that, up to about 100, I guess 120 kilometers an hour, which is what I drove, because I drove on the motorway. It just feels, you know, it feels like a normal car. There's a lot of road noise, a lot of tire noise. You can hear all that. So it's not particularly very quiet. It's just the acceleration of the engine, I guess. That's just different, you know, because obviously this doesn't have an engine. Anyway, now that we've talked about that, anyway, I got my car back, by the way, and they've replaced my light, which is good. Weird. That is weird. I can add this aero on it, and it doesn't change my class. That's very strange. Obviously, I can put drift tire compound and drag tire and all that sort of stuff, but I don't really have to. So 295s on the rear and 295s on the front. Obviously, I was about to say, obviously, as soon as I change this, it's immediately going to go up into X class. Not the rear one though. The rear ones just stay the same. That's very, very strange. I actually kind of like the wheels on this. They actually don't look bad at all. The center locking nut is actually really, really cool on these wheels. It's a very cool car. It really is. I like it. Even the actual Forza aero doesn't even look that bad on it. Like, it doesn't look like it's out of place. The front end, I want to say. Not the rear. The rear end, that wing is just super outdated. Even though they have modernized it and all that, it's still super, super outdated. So I kind of want to keep the center wheels. I can only get them to be like 8 kilos lighter, which just isn't going to do much anyway in terms of acceleration or anything like that. As for the track width, I can bring that out a little bit. I mean, I don't know if it'll help a lot, but I'll just do it anyway. And everything else, a diff, I could just get a normal race diff. That doesn't really make too much of a difference. And then we go to the suspension. And then in the suspension is the standard one adjustable. I need to check that. That's really low, by the way. It's really, really low if you put drift suspension on it. That's it. I can actually keep this in S2, which I kind of want to do because I want to see what this thing's like. Obviously, grip goes up. The weight goes up as well, slightly. But obviously, the lateral Gs go up. See, this is the thing with it, because once you put the Forza aero on cars, Just any adjustable aero on cars. Yeah, I can pretty much adjust everything and anything I want. This will just completely dominate corners. It's just going to go around corners so much faster. I don't really care about top speed with this thing. Even though I can get it to go slightly faster. The only thing is, if I do that, it'll sort of intervene. Like, it just won't be as fast to accelerate, so I don't really want to do that. I'm going to give this as much downforce as possible, because I want this thing to be as fast around the corner as it possibly can be. This is going to be interesting, because it is a... it is technically an all-wheel drive car. I'm going to leave that the way it is. I'm going to lower my ride height quite a bit. Probably just a couple of notches off the bottom. Something like that. I don't know, maybe do something like that. I don't really want to adjust too much, because I don't really know if this is going to be good or bad. If we have here the way this is built. So I'm going to lower this stiffness just ever so slightly for the front and the rear, and then the bump stiffness accordingly as well. Help with that. Everything else I'm pretty much going to leave the same. I'm not going to touch anything else, even the spring stiffness and all that. I'm going to leave that the way it is, because it felt fine when I was driving it. Now it's just going to be a little lower, and it's going to get pressed down even harder. So, I don't know. It should be quite interesting. So again, yeah, acceleration is the thing that's lacking with this car. But if you want to use this thing, I want to... oh, wow. Okay. A lot of grip around corners. A lot. Wait, actually, do you know what I was testing it out? It's the first time I actually drove this thing when I got it. I literally brought it to the stadium, or I was like around the stadium when I got it. So I just sort of brought my car out. So I wanted to go fully around the stadium, and I just wanted to see what sort of speed I have going around this whole ring on the outside. So this is what I did. I just floored it, and then tried to see what sort of speed I was getting around this. And let me tell you, this is so much grip right now. This has a lot of grip. My steering is quite twitchy. I'm doing about 180 miles per hour around this little parking lot area here. That is crazy fast. That's really, really fast. Okay, let's bring it over into rivals, because I guess it's a good way to sort of test this thing out on, right? As an S2 car. I like that circuit. That's a good circuit that I ended up using before. This one could be alright as well. I could try use this one. Again, I don't really want to use like a super long one, but I also want to actually use this thing's, performance a little bit. This, I guess, has a straight. I don't know. I like this one quite a lot. Let's bring it over to S2. Do I have a time at S2? I don't think I have a time to S2. Okay. Where is everybody in the world? Actually, you know what? Before I do that, because I just realized again that this problem isn't fixed, even with this new update, that I get kicked out of my own club, even though I'm not really kicked out of it. It's just in game. It just feels like I'm losing my spot in my club, and I just have to rejoin again. Yeah. Okay, cool. Join it. Thank you. And now I can go back at the rivals, and now I can see where everybody else is on the leaderboard from my club. And I can compare my scores to them. So if I do this, go to this. These are all people on my friends list, and these are all people from my club. So you can see pretty much everybody that we have here. Carrera, oh sorry, not Carrera. Koenigsegg CCGT is pretty much everywhere around the top here in my club, which is very interesting, right? I honestly expected a Sesto Elemental to be at the very, very top of this leaderboard here. A bunch of cheaters at the top here, which is fine. Avoid those. But the CCGT is what everybody's using at the top here. So apparently the CCGT is very, very good. Let's try see how close I can get to Donjuan Song's CCGT here, which is around 34 seconds. I don't think I'll be able to get that sort of time with it, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Very minimal tuning done to this thing, and we'll see how fast this thing actually is compared to the rest of the cars. This is a very good way to show off if a car is good or bad when it comes to handling. It's just bring it to rivals and race it against the best of the best cars. You know what I mean? Okay. So the first lap is just going to be regular lap, standing start. The acceleration is not great on it. Acceleration is slow, actually. Brakes are good. Brakes are very good. You're going backwards, mate. What are you doing? Jesus. I mean, this takes corners like a champ. I expected this to be slower than in Dungeon 1 Song, but from a standing start, we got 41 seconds. I'm gonna continue lapping, do a couple more laps here. Try to see if I can get a better time. I feel like I slowed down a little bit too much for that corner, and then I had to compensate by letting off gas. Okay. It's very, very quick. It's very, very, very quick. I don't think it's Carrera, or I keep wanting to call it Carrera because it's just GT at the end. Like Carrera GT. It's not the same as the CC GT, but Jesus, this is fast. It's 37 seconds. A little too fast that time around that corner. Just a little too fast. Oh my god. See, I don't expect it to like steer into the corner as harsh as it just did there. I still have to get used to this thing. And there I don't have to lift, or I don't have to brake. I just have to lift off. And the thing just takes the corner. Interesting stuff, boys. Interesting stuff. So again, I'm still like learning how to drive this thing. Brake, 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 brake. Oh, that was so clean. That was close. That could have been spot on there. I think I can probably cut maybe a couple of seconds off from my actual time here. Okay, there I definitely have to brake. I tried to just lift off and see if I could just make it around the corner if I just lift off, but I guess not. But it was this corner, right? This corner I could just lift off and then accelerate. Oh my god, it's so much grip! That's crazy, man. That's so crazy. Okay. Let's try to cut some time here. And brake, 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 brake. I braked a little too much, I think. It was fine, but I started braking a tiny bit too early. I need to find a good braking point there. And there, I don't want to go too far to the inside, because I can go further on the inside, but if I hit those little rocks on the edge, I just randomly placed there, I slow down too much. Okay, well I definitely won't be getting anywhere close to 34 seconds, I'll tell you that now. 37 though is a good time. That's clean. That's very clean. I like that. It re-brakes slightly. Oh, I should have braked more. I started turning it. Man, it just shoots into the corners so fast that I don't expect it. It was the same thing when I was first learning to drive the Sesto Elemento. It was literally the same thing. It's like, I just don't expect it to just shoot into corners that quickly. And then I tried to correct it. And because I'm going so fast, I just mess up. And I crash. Because then I just let it go too wide. Yeah, the acceleration is killing this thing. I think if I mess around with my acceleration a little bit more. I don't know if I make it a little shorter, would I make the gear ratio, I guess, that it has. If I make that a tiny bit shorter, would I get this thing to accelerate quicker? In you know, logical terms, yes. But this thing is fully electric, so if it doesn't act the same. Yeah. There you go. There's a fake time. Or a crashed time, I guess. Oh, I'm just gonna quit. That's annoying. They keep crashing. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with my acceleration on this thing. I want to try to see if I can get it to be a little bit quicker here. And I guess my diff as well, I could probably make it so it goes around corners just a tiny bit faster. Let me mess around with some stuff and we'll have a look. Right, I've adjusted everything. Let's give it a shot and let's see what I can do here. So, I haven't done much. I have changed a little bit of my settings when it comes to my diff and my suspension. Also, my transmission, I think I made it slightly shorter. But I also tried not to mess with my top speed too much because from this corner behind me to the corner in front of me, you know, going past this, you know, start-finish line, I still need a lot of speed. And this thing reaches about 200 miles per hour. We're close to it. So I'm going to do my best to try and obviously keep my speed up as much as I possibly can here. The only problem is with that... Yeah, launching this thing is... Yeah, it doesn't feel significantly faster, I'll tell you that. Definitely doesn't feel quicker. We'll see. That was some mad cornering, okay. Okay, interesting. It still has the handling down. Like, that's still really good. I don't know if I've improved it by much or not. Oh, yeah, a little bit, I think. I have improved it a little bit, because there I slowed down for that. I don't really need to slow down too much. See, this is where this thing is sort of lacking right now. I'm doing 180 plus miles per hour. Oh, I clipped that wall. That's annoying. Is that an Aston Martin? I think it is. I'm sort of keeping up with it, but you can see the lack of power with this thing is what's keeping me back. But I have so much more grip than he does around those corners. I'm definitely faster than him around corners, but in a situation when it comes to handling, I will destroy him. Oh my god, I'm so much faster. Oh my god, that line. I'm gone. I am gone. That was a good line as well. 37 dead. I'll leave it there. I spent a little bit too much time on this guy, but it's so addicting trying to, you know, go better and do better and do better and go faster. It's just way too addicting. So I had to do it. Again, it's just way too much fun not to try and beat your score or beat your time. That's why I love the Top 1000 series, because I love doing that. I love competing against other people, but also myself, because I know I can do better than myself, you know? It's all incremental changes, or incremental, like, you know, improvements, which I love. Alright, let's have a look and see what this thing has actually gotten. Is this a top 1000 car? That is the main question with this thing. Especially for that event. Is it a top 1000 car? I mean, even if I didn't get top 1000 on this, I think it's still possible with it. 4,580. 4,580. So it's not top 1000. It's not a top 1000 car. Not in my hands anyway. I think maybe with some better tuning it could be. I don't even see it on this leaderboard. Oh, I've broken the game because I'm trying to scroll with my scroll wheel and it just absolutely broke the game. Anyway, whilst this is loading, oh no, it's fixed itself. I don't see any other Nio like around this area though. It's all just the same cars. It's like Sesto, CCGT, Mosler. What about everybody in my club? Yeah, it's just a CCGT all the way at the very, very top of the leaderboards here, so it's not really much happening here. I have to get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, so there's me and the Nio. There's nobody really else that's in this car trying it. I mean, is it the best handling electric car in the game? It could be. It could be the best handling electric car. Is there anything else that's the same? I don't think so. I think the next thing could probably be the racer. There's nothing really else that's like stands out here. There's no There's no Rimac. There's nothing. We don't have the VW IDR in the game anymore. That thing was unreal, though. I really do wish that they'd bring that car back. So that is just an unreal car to have. Yeah, I think this could be the best handling electric car in this game. Cool car. I like it. Well, I guess that's it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, don't forget about the Discord in the description, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. But yeah, this was the Nio EP9, brand new car added into the game. Yeah, I really do hope. The interior is crazy looking as well. Look at that. It tells you the G's as well, right in the center. That's very cool. That's a very cool interior. Very futuristic. Gives me a little bit of Koenigsegg vibes from the inside. Mad. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.